Hey guys, so today we are using the Ferocious Beauty launch. This is their Darkness Rising collection. I bought the entire collection, so help my bank account. I've had it for a little while, but I forgot to do a review because I'm a terrible influencer, especially a terrible YouTuber. But we are gonna get into everything and we're going to talk about it. We're going to do this look and let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the shade Lavender. I think I can guess where that name comes from. I'm going to take a fluffy packing brush. Just going to dip right in. We're going to pop this in the crease, I think. So that's not as deep as I originally wanted to go, so I think I'm going to go into Twisted instead, which is this shade, and then we'll use Lavender to blend out. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Wow, that's pigmented. So it's probably a Monday. What are you guys doing today? Right now it's actually a Friday, but I am pre-filming so that maybe, just maybe, I actually post. Today, if you were on Twitter, you saw the shitstorm that was my Twitter. I had a troll problem. It was actually kind of funny because I replied to them a couple times. They're like, oh, you keep replying, you're so obsessed. Honey, you made 3 different TikTok accounts to stalk me. And stalked me over on my Instagram. So, I don't know what you want from me, but I don't think I'm the one that's obsessed. So then I'm just gonna wipe off any excess and I am just going to blend out the edges using tapping motions. I also did my first I got Snazzer face paints. So I did my first creative, actually full face creative look, and I am pretty impressed. You can find out on Twitter. You could probably find it on Instagram by Monday, but no promises. I am really liking that purple. I might be saying this prematurely, but I love purples. You guys know this. I mean, hello. But this palette is blending like butter. And this isn't a bad thing, but it doesn't look as vibrant as it's coming off, you know? It looks beautiful, but it's even more beautiful applied. You get me? Also, my nails kind of match. Okay, so now we are definitely going to go into the shade Lavender to help blend that out. Really been falling for indie brands lately too. I mean, do I still love big brands? Yes, but I've been shopping a lot of indie brands lately and they are not missing, and people really need to stop sleeping on them. I'm not bringing this one too much above the other shadow, just because I am going to go in with an even lighter shade. I am probably, it's going to end up looking like a recreation of someone else's look, because that look's been stuck in my head for weeks. So I will pop her username right here, and I will totally pop her look in the description bar if you want to go see hers. I just can't remember who the fuck it is right now, but I saw her look when this palette first came out and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So now I'm gonna take Pinkie and Storm and I'm just gonna use them to buff out the edges. Pinkie is one of those mattes with a bit of shimmer, but it looks like it's the only one in the palette, so I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna use that to buff out my edges. Sorry, I keep trying to cover that with my fat head, but I'm not doing a very good job of it, am I? Terrible influencer. Like, look at that. It's just blending so nicely. And one thing I've noticed is there's a bunch of names of influencers, which is just cute. I like it. It's the little things. So now I am just gonna take, I believe the shade is called the Nether. They have it on an insert because their manufacturer couldn't put it in the actual palette, so that's why. Just get going with it slightly. Taking it in the crease. And see, I love a black and a white in almost every palette because then the palette is completely customizable. Like, if you need a darker purple, you can make a darker purple. If you need that purple to be lighter, you can make that purple lighter. Yeah, that black's pretty pigmented. I'm just gonna take the first shade, the Vixen. Get going really lightly with it. Just use it to help blend the black a bit. And then Lavender. I think I'm gonna try and turn my desk around, but then you'll see the real ugly concrete wall behind me. But it's better than that thing. And I don't even care if it annoys you guys. It annoys me at this point. Especially while editing. I'm like, Keely, just move your fat head. Damn. So if you made it this far, drop me a purple heart. That is my favorite emoji. And let me know if you want to see a 3 looks 1 palette with this, because I would love to do one personally, and I might do one no matter what you guys say, because you're not the boss of me and it's my channel. Okay, so I did cut the crease off camera because my furnace was being loud and it's still being kind of loud, so ignore it. So I cut the crease and then packed the white shade Storm onto my lid, which is what I'm doing on this ball. Eyeball. That's what I mean by ball, not those kind of balls. And I know someone was thinking it. I do want to play with the shimmers because they look so good, but I'm also feeling the matte moment struggles. I actually think that's it for the eye look, besides blending. There we go. That's what I was thinking. So I'm just gonna take the other shades that are in the crease and just pack them onto the outer edge. This will just create a more blended look. But there are lippies and a liquid highlighter. I've I've never used a liquid highlighter before, but I guess I'm going to. I'm just gonna check that I don't think that there are any oils in here that are gonna break down my makeup, but if there are, then I guess it's a good thing we wear masks. I'm gonna blame it on a mask. So it's a dropper, it's a frosted ice. These tend to be pigmented, so I'm just gonna take it on the back of my hand. Fun fact, I accidentally bought the darkest shade of highlighter, but the owner DM'd me and basically let me know that I bought the wrong shade. Which happens a lot. I do that a lot. Okay, that's gorgeous, by the way. I think it took off a little right here. But in person, it's not even really noticeable. And what I'm assuming I can do is just take my sponge, just tap on over that. I do want to see how it works with a brush by just like taking little bits on my hand, putting it right there, and then just that is absolutely gorgeous. So it does take off the makeup underneath a little bit, but honestly, I don't think you can really tell. And you definitely can't in person. That is such a gorgeous highlight. And I don't like liquid highlighters, so that's saying a lot. Okay, we'll be back in a minute to put the lippy on. Okay, and lastly, we're just gonna put on a lipstick. Ferocious brought out 4 lipsticks. There's a black Tiana, a purple Marley, a kind of plummy, oh god, I can't think of the shade name. I don't know, this color in the shade Yumberry, and then a cool toned dark nude called Sinful. So what I think I'm gonna do is do black around the edges and then fill it in with Marley. Let me see how that goes. It's just a pretty average doe foot. Okay, so this is not a pure black in my opinion. It is more of a charcoaly black. So I am going to pull it in a bit. Then I am going to take Marley. And take that in the center. Okay guys, so final thoughts and kind of a first impressions. The palette is gorgeous. It blends really nicely. The palette is really gorgeous from the artwork on the outside. to the inside. The color story is very cohesive. You know what you're getting. And it blended really nicely. The purples were so pigmented. I didn't find them patchy or hard to work with. Same with the black and the white. Again, I just found them really easy to blend out, which is quite impressive for how pigmented they were too. Honestly, that's probably my favorite item out of the collection. And then the highlighter. Again, I do totally appreciate the brand owner reaching out to me and being like, hey, think you ordered the wrong highlighter. But I think the packaging on this is gorgeous. I really love their logo. This is a gorgeous little lilac-y color. It's very icy on my skin. They did have a good range of colors, if I remember correctly. Like, they went to a pretty deep highlighter. Really nice to see. It does take off a little bit of your foundation. If you are wearing a lighter coverage base, you won't notice it. But if you are someone who wears like a full coverage base every day, this might not be the product for you. Although I did not notice it taking off, like where I solely used a brush on my forehead and a little bit right here. I didn't notice any come off. So it might just be my application as well on my cheeks, but I would recommend using it with a light base. But it's very, very sheeny, and I did not use that much, so I also really like this. And then the lipsticks. I tried 2 out of 4. So far, I really like the formula. It dried really fast, but like not too fast. Like, I could still blend out the colors. It's pretty pigmented. And I have not worn these for a full day yet, so I don't know how long they last, nor will I, because I have to go to work. So I'm wearing a mask, and I am not taking off my mask to eat later and being covered in black lipstick. No ma'am, no thank you. But if you guys want a 3 looks 1 palette, I'm sure I'll be able to wear a lipstick longer during a 3 looks 1 palette review, so I could do that for you guys. But overall, I am really loving this collection, and I am so glad I bought what I bought. I have the full collection, so it's not like I really picked and chose. But everything was really well done. I don't think there was a flop product. Some of them will depend on your makeup taste, like liquid lipsticks and highlighter. But if you like those things, if you like a liquid highlighter, that is going to be a gorgeous one for you. It would look gorgeous under a foundation. And then the palette is a highly recommended item from me. This is probably my favorite item so far from the collection. So I recommend it if you're into it. If you want to try out a new indie brand, I would recommend it. And I know the owner, they're really nice. They're very understanding. So yeah. I hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good day.